Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for Fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. My name is Dan. Clear my throat. And today, we've got a bit of a deadline stream for you for Gameweek 32. How are we all doing today? Hang on, let me just sort out the lights because usually I like to put a little bit of a purple light in the background. Thankfully I control it from my phone. So we can just, can you see that? That's not very good. We need to turn some lights off, guys. There we go. That's a bit more ambiance in the place, guys. A little bit of ambiance. We like that. We like that. So, who have we got here today, guys? We've got Sophie Watts, Badgery, Ethan, Jonathan, Geezy Huncho's here as well. Hello, mate. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. You have already noticed, I see, members, that we do indeed have a Jesse Lingard emoji. I told you guys last week, if Jesse Lingard can get 3 double-figure hauls in a row, he is getting an emoji for the chat. Members, use the emoji. Use the emoji. Let's go wild with it. I've also decided, guys, and I don't know if this is going to happen or not, if Jesse Lingard can get a fourth haul in a row, four times 10 points or more, this game week, if he scores a couple of goals against Newcastle, he is going to go in my Twitter banner. He's going to go in my YouTube banner. He is going to go everywhere. He's going to be plastered all over everywhere. When he gets if he gets a 5th one, we'll talk about what we might do if he gets a 5th one. But he's quickly gaining legend status on the FPL Mate channel, in the FPL Mate community, guys. You guys, he's everywhere. We can't get away from him. And I don't want you to get away from him. I want you to get him in your teams. I want you to back your boy with the Lingard gang. The J-Lings are massive. Up in the place. We love it. We love everything about Jesse Lingard here. Guys, if you do want to become a member and use that Jesse Lingard emoji, you can click on the join button on the channel, and it costs something like £1 a month. This is literally the cheapest YouTube would let me set it to, because I just want you guys to have access to the emojis and stuff. It costs £1 a month. You can cancel it whenever you want. You get all of these emojis that I've made. You get a badge next to your name. I've changed the badges up a little bit as well. Some of you will see you've got some new badges and stuff depending on how long you've been a member for as well. You get highlighted in the chat so I can see your name easier, so I can answer your questions easier and talk to you a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier because there's not as many of you as members. So yeah, guys. B Quirky says, but Lingard has no neck tattoos. No, he doesn't. No, we've kind of moved on from the neck tattoos. The Zaha gang is a thing of the past. The Morpay gang, the Zaha gang, the Ferguson gang, ever present, ever injured Ferguson, Nathan Ferguson, he's gone as well. So we're all about Lingard at the moment, guys. That's the big one. Qatari coming in with his weekly super chat. Thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate your support of the channel. So Qatari at 1999 has said, "What's up, Dan? Hope you're feeling better." Yes, feeling much better. Thank you, mate. Yeah, really. I've had some sore throats, some coughs, some sneezes, some sniffles. Feeling much better now, though, bro. Who do I bring in for Diaz? I already got Rudiger, Phillips, and Cedric. Well, I mean, if you can get to Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's kind of the guy who a lot of us are looking at the moment in terms of defenders. I kind of wish I got Trent Alexander-Arnold on my wild card. I wish I had downgraded Rashford to Greenwood and upgraded Phillips to Alexander-Arnold. That would have been pretty good if I did that. And I could have made it happen as well very easily. Not going to happen now. I'm not going to change it up now. It's fine. But Alexander-Arnold, if you can get to him somehow, that would be fantastic. If not, obviously Cedric is a bit of a problem. I can't believe Granit Xhaka. I checked this earlier, by the way, guys. I really expected Cedric just to be nailed on at left back for the rest of the season. I know he had a bad game, but I thought, well, there's no one else. And then Granit Xhaka comes out of nowhere, and and suddenly he's the left back now. I checked; he's played 2 games at left back in his entire career. He's now played another 2. I don't know. Maybe Cedric is not going to be in the team anymore. We'll see. Mads Vesterby, thank you so much for joining as a member. I really do appreciate that a lot. Enjoy the Lingard emojis. Dan Cross, welcome to the stream, man. We need our moderator extraordinaire up in the place. But yeah, in terms of other defenders you might want to go for, Castan is interesting in my opinion. If you're going this week, maybe you go for a Spurs defender. You maybe go for Reguilon. Did you say you have Reguilon? No, you don't. You have Rudiger, Phillips and Cedric. Yeah, you can maybe go for Reguilon for a 1 week punt if you feel you can cover it next game week. Luke Shaw, always an option. Always an option indeed. Especially this week is quite nice for Manchester United as well. So you got some options there, bro. You got plenty of options. Enjoy them. Enjoy the options. Luke Price, thank you very much for the super chat, bro. I don't know if you meant to type a message there. I think it only lets you type in a message if... oh, so it says message retracted. Okay, well, I'll look out for your message in the chat as well. Hopefully we can... mods, if you see it, or members, if you see a message from our good friend Luke here, please do try and highlight it to me so I can read it out. Of course, thank you very much for joining as a member as well. But yeah, man, Cedric not playing is kind of trolled me completely, and the fact that he didn't play last night in the Europa League, man, I've stitched myself up here. Maybe I tried to be a little bit different. I should have gone for Rob Holding. Rob Holding is obviously a really good option at Arsenal. He's going to be playing probably for the rest of the season. But whatever. It's kind of whatever. It's done now. I still do really like my wildcard team. I look at this team and I think it's looking pretty good. Rashford is also a concern. Maybe I should not have... That's another differential I kind of went for, and maybe kind of paying the price. I didn't know his injury was going to kind of reoccur a little bit. I don't know if, to be fair, I don't know if it's reoccurring. Last weekend he played on a sore ankle. I think his ankle, isn't it? He obviously missed last night's Europa League game. Not because he couldn't play. He was on the bench after all, but rather because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to manage Rashford's minutes a little bit. He could play if he's needed, but he's a little bit sore at the moment, so he got that little rest in midweek. So yeah, Rashford's chances of playing, yeah, he can still play. He could still play. Let's see. I'm remaining optimistic on that one. Harry Price, thank you very much for joining as a member as well. Nice to see a few new members actually. Because the more members that join the channel, the more emojis I can add. YouTube have a system where the more members you have on a channel, the more variety of emojis you can add. So we can add some more emojis. Maybe we'll vote for the next big player to get his very own emoji. Lingard, obviously the most recent one. So yeah, who's going to be next? We got a couple of new we got super chat and a couple new members throwing in chats. Lingard bringing in the members. That's right. That's what he does. That's what he does. Let's read the super chat. So Rashford to Maddison or Bruno for a -4. I don't know if I'd do either of those, to be honest. I think I'd probably just back Rashford. You know, if Rashford does play, I think he's got just as much chance of scoring something as Maddison or Bruno. So for a -4, I don't think it'd be worth it necessarily. Bruno's kind of been off the boil a little bit in terms of what he's contributing to the team from open play. Maybe that's because Pogba's maybe supplying a little bit more of the creativity. He's not quite shooting as much. Maybe that's because Cavani is the guy shooting. You know, Greenwood shooting. So, yeah, I don't think Bruno is an essential player to have. Maddison, I think, is a little bit risky. Obviously, he's back in training now, but he was reprimanded last game week. And also West Brom, they're coming back a little bit, aren't they? Mr. Venom is making some excellent suggestions here as other midfielders you might want to go for. So if you really did want to take out Rashford for a -4, Mr. Venom here has got some fantastic suggestions. Mount, Havertz, Maddison, Saka, Greenwood, or Pogba. Now, Pogba, I'm not too interested in. I think he's a creative player. I don't think he's for the price, I don't think he's going to score enough goals. Greenwood, I like. If he can play. He did play the full game midweek on Thursday. Maybe that means he might be rotated. Saka obviously is a fantastic player. Good fixtures. So worth a look at that. What kind of Fulham team are going to turn up? Maddison I'm not actually 100% keen on. Just because he hasn't played consistently in months, so we've not really seen him play recently. Before that, he was putting out some really nice... Well, I mean, he was getting goals and he was getting assists, but he was overperforming his expected stats by a lot because the goals he was scoring were, wonder goals. Wonder goals, kind of, wonder goals either happen, infrequently, or they happen in a flurry if a player's in really good form, feeling confident, willing to hit these chances. Then a player's in really good form, they will consistently score wonder goals. Jesse Lingard, case in point. But because Maddison hasn't been playing consistently in so long, it might take him a couple of games to bed back into the team and start playing well, by which point Leicester's fixtures might have actually switched and turned bad. So for that reason, Maddison, I don't personally feel fully confident in him. I think he can get some points for you, definitely, but he's not like a must-have player in my opinion. Mount and Havertz, on the other hand, Havertz in particular, I really like. So yeah, Cesc, if you're still listening, bro, you really want to get rid of Rashford. Havertz is a genuine consideration. Oh, hang on. Let me just read this before I talk about Havertz. But not sure if you did this while I was typing. Luke Price asked, "Sorry, dude, meant to ask, play Fabianski or Mendy. I have Azpilicueta too." Yeah, that's a difficult one. The thing is, Fabianski and Mendy probably got around equal chances of getting a clean sheet. It just depends whether you want to double up or not. I probably, for my own sanity, would spread the risk and go for Fabianski, Luke. If I'm honest, because that Newcastle game is a good game. On the other hand, West Ham are not looking amazing defensively right now. So, I mean, if I didn't have Azpilicueta, I'd probably stick Mendy straight in. But you have Azpilicueta. Do you want to double the risk? Do you want to have a double clean sheet wipeout? And that's kind of what you're left with. I do think Mendy is the better option in isolation, but you've got to think mentally, can you handle a double clean sheet wipeout or not? Have a think, bro. Thank you for joining as a member as well. I do really appreciate that, Luke Price. Thank you very much, bro. And Harry Price as well. All the prices. Joining as a member. Anyway, I was going to talk about Havertz quickly. He's playing up front. He's playing as a striker. I know he didn't start the game against West Brom, which kind of maybe moved our attention away from him a little bit, right? But he's looking good. He's taken a lot of shots. Now, his finishing has not been perfect. It's not been amazing. Perhaps he could have taken some of his chances. But the fact that he's in the right areas, he's receiving the chances, and it does seem like Chelsea have turned a bit of a corner where they are creating chances. This is what we like to see. So Havertz, actually, I really kind of like the look of him, and I do think he could be in for some big scores as well. We've got this nice fixture against Brighton. Semi-nice fixture. I think Brighton have got worse defensively, but they still are relatively good defensive team. But Chelsea do have a couple other opportunities to get some points as well. And Havertz, as the main striker, you kind of back him in any game. As long as he keeps playing, which I think he will, mostly. Chelsea have still got to get secure themselves top 4 after all. No one's safe. But there you go. Right, Jacob Kilby with the super chat. Worth captaining a single game week player this week, if only Spurs players, because of the risk of 200% effective ownership with loads of people captain him. So yeah, I'll answer that question kind of by explaining the situation to everyone, so everyone can kind of understand what's going on right now. So Harry Kane is basically going to be captained by everyone. So much so that if you don't captain Harry Kane, he scores just one goal. All he needs to do is walk on the pitch, collect his 1 point for being on the pitch. You are going to drop rank seriously, because so many people are going to be captaining Harry Kane. So many people. It is really, in my personal opinion, this is a game week where it is just... And you guys know that I love a differential captain. I absolutely love a differential captain. But this week, there's no way that I wouldn't captain Kane, because anytime Kane does anything in FPL on the pitch, when he's playing his games against Everton, against Southampton, he's going to destroy a rank. If you don't captain him, he's going to destroy a rank. It doesn't matter if you have him. If you have him and you don't captain him, you're still going to drop rank. There could be a situation, because so many people are also triple captaining Kane, which, by the way, guys, triple captain Kane, fantastic idea. By the way, of course, self-employed artist in the middle of a pandemic, wanted to join for a while. Really appreciate that, bro. With Harry Kane, his effective ownership could be over 200%. Kia Wag has just said Harry Kane only 50% owned. Yes, you're absolutely correct. But what you have to think about is around your rank. So, for example, if we go for, instead of 8 million players in the game, we just look at the top 1 million players in the game. And I imagine most of you guys are in the top million right now. In the top million players, the ownership is of Harry Kane is going to be more like 80%. You go to the top 500k, the ownership is going to be like 90%. If you go into the top 100k, then it's like 95%. I think that the ownership of Harry Kane in the top 10,000 players is something like 99.5%. It really is a case that everyone owns him. And people who don't own him right now, they're going to be transferring him in. He's going to be coming into these teams. So you can look at last week's stats. Okay, all right, maybe 10% of players didn't have Harry Kane in my rank bracket. But you can bet that this game week, they have just transferred him in. He's one of the most transferred in players of the week, you know. So that's kind of my point. Although it looks like Harry Kane's his ownership's only 50%, in reality, around your rank, it is probably much, much higher than that. Much closer to 100%. And when people captain him, that doubles that. So now we're talking about 180%. When we add people who are triple captaining him, it doesn't just double the ownership, it triples the ownership. Okay, not everyone's triple captaining him. But what we're going to have is a situation where genuinely, we really could have a situation where even if you captain Kane, you could lose rank because so many people have him, so many people captain him, and so many people triple captain him. If you just have a normal captain on him, you could genuinely lose rank every time Kane scores. Now, it won't be by as much if you captain him. And depending on where your rank is, you probably still will gain a little bit by captaining Harry Kane. But this is going to be an unprecedented situation where the importance of one player is unlike anything. And I honestly feel like the only way you can truly take advantage of this double game week is by triple captaining Kane. Otherwise, Kane's points, whether you have him or not, it's kind of irrelevant. You may as well, because everyone's captaining Harry Kane, you may as well take him out of the equation anyway, because every point you gain from Harry Kane, everyone else gains with you. So it really is a crazy situation like that. And yeah, it's kind of unprecedented in many ways. If you triple captain him, you are going to get some nice gains. That's going to be pretty cool for you. And I do really think you should triple captain Kane if you have the triple captain chip. It's a really safe triple captain. Just go for it. If you have, if you're thinking about captaining Son, accept the risk. It is a huge risk. When we look at the stats, when we look at how the players are playing, when we look at the positions in which the players are playing, obviously we can't predict the future. This is best guesses. But Harry Kane is far more likely to score FPL points this game week than Son is. That's how it is. If you really want to take the risk, go for it. But it could be a disaster. It really could be a disaster, and you could see your season having a major setback, so much so that you will go into next game week thinking, I can't be bothered anymore. I've just had this huge setback and I can't be bothered anymore. So I just think Kane, you just, for your own mental health, for not risking destroying your entire season, just captain Kane. If you have triple captain him. Easy. No conversations need to be had about that one as far as I'm concerned. Mohammed Al-Wazin, thank you very much for the super chat, bro. Hello, Saka or Maddison as a Neto replacement? I have 8.6 million. Thoughts? I wouldn't be going for Saka or Maddison. In fact, I was speaking a little bit about Kai Havertz earlier, and I do quite fancy him. So if I had to recommend a player within a budget of 8.6 million, Kai Havertz is actually really well worth a shout. Have a look at him, see what you think about him, and if you're anything like me, you'll like what you see and you'll go for him. Yeah, he could be a really nice player to have, and it's a decent-ish fixture. He's playing up front. We like that. Ethan Fernandez says top 100k Kane effective ownership was 111%. That was last game week. That accounts for captains of last game week. Trust me, if we're talking about like actual pure ownership, ignoring captains in top 100k, it's going to be something like 95%. Add the extra people buying him, add the captains, because everyone will switch from captains last game week from, who do people go for last week? Salah, KDB, Sterling, Bruno, whoever. they're all going to switch to Captain Kane this week. They really are. If you really want to take a risk, I don't want anything to do with it. I really don't. Kane is the guy to captain this game week, and this is coming from a guy who hates captaining the boring pick. I really do. I think it's so tedious. I think it's a tedious way of playing FPL. But on this occasion, it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. Okay. So, do I need to talk anything about my team, really, before we start answering some of your guys' questions? Probably not, to be fair. My team is... I mean, I'm sure you have some questions about my team. There are some players in my team right now that I don't recommend. I'm kind of regretting. I'm regretting Sanchez. I'm half regretting... No, you know what? I'm not regretting Castagna. I still think that was a good shout. Castagna was a good shout. Cedric maybe not such a good shout. Rashford maybe not such a good shout in retrospect. But, you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing, right? So, yeah, would not recommend going in on Sanchez for this game week, guys. If you are thinking about tripling up on a Spurs players, then, yeah, no. But definitely, you know, guys, if you still have a transfer to make, you know, Rishad Mahmoud just said best 9.5 million midfielder. If you haven't got Heung-min Son already, straight away, easy. Because although everyone's going to own and captain Kane, not everyone's going to own and captain Son. So although Son will still have a super high ownership in your rank, in your bracket, he's still going to be low enough owned that he will make a difference. He will, you know, whereas Kane's going to score and it's going to be like, meh, whatever. Everyone's captained him anyway. I don't gain on anyone else. With Son, you will gain a little bit. And if you can go for a third Spurs players, then that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be pretty cool. You can maybe get some points some other ways. The question always is which third Spurs player to get, right? Thomas Sheen, the Cocktail Fanatic, says, Dan, if you had to narrow down your FPL advice for this week into one sentence, what would it be? It would be Captain Harry Kane. There you go. It's got to be done. Vincent says, 8, same as you. Dan, surely I'm good to go. You'd hope so. I think my team here, it's mostly pretty template, so that's usually a good sign that you picked the right players, right? Harry Price says, completely messed up yesterday. Was playing around and accidentally confirmed transfers. Bro, I know that feeling. I've done that before. I've done that in years gone by. It's so frustrating. In fact, I did it once this season. When I transferred out the wrong player. I think I was trying to transfer out Che Adams, and I actually transferred out Brewster. And it meant that I was short for the next transfer I wanted to make the following week. So we all been there. We all been there, bro. We've all been there. It's fine. You'll get over it. Sophie Watt says, I went for Lucas as my third Spurs. And yeah, that if we're talking about third Spurs players to go for, then yeah, Lucas is definitely one that would be high up on the list of that conversation, right? Of course, says he's gone for Lloris as his third Spurs player. Sheffield United after the blank. Yeah, absolutely, bro. That's exactly what we're talking about. The difficulty is, if you are tripling up, you gotta make sure you are covered. Sophie Watt says it was Che Adams. Yeah, it was. Well, I think I accidentally transferred out Brewster and accidentally kept Che Adams. That was so annoying. Yeah, I got my kits mixed up. That was so right, because I made the transfer. It was like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. And I looked at the two kits. I thought Brewster looked pretty similar to Che Adams. Nightmare. It happens. It happens. It depressed me at the time, let me tell you. Chris Freddy with a super chat. Dan, I took a hit and brought in Sanchez. Did I troll myself? You absolutely did, bro. No. See, I've influenced you, haven't I? Can I call myself an influencer now? Bro, yeah, no, I think you have trolled yourself. Obviously, Chris, I will be with you 100% on this one, hoping, praying that Sanchez does the business. Hey, well, you know, plays. But I'm not confident. I'm not confident. Dan Cross said the defence is where the difference is going to be this week. Everyone has the same front 6/7. Yeah, pretty much. It's really similar, isn't it? I mean, I think the only real differential I've got in my front 6 is Rashford, and he's potentially injured anyway. Most people would probably you swap Rashford there for Bruno, and you've got the ultimate template front 7. I mean, that includes, in fact, you could even say front 8, because Vidra is super template as well, in terms of a backup attacker. That's kind of the template. But I've been quietly doubting Bruno Fernandes recently. I just don't think he's worth the money personally on a wild card. Anyway, if you have him already, I wouldn't waste a transfer on him at all. But on a wild card, I kind of think Bruno, not going to captain him ever for the rest of the season. Just keeping him. Just getting rid of him and just saying, okay, I can go Bruno less. And Rashford matched Bruno's points last week, so 1-0 to Dan. Apologies, guys. Still nursing a slight cough. Harry Price says, triple captain is officially activated. Yeah, man. It's an easy triple captain to go for this game week. You don't need to worry about it too much, do you? You really don't. Drew says, is Davison Sanchez a 1 week punt? Well, no, I bought him in on my wild card, then benched him, and then he got benched on the Spurs team anyway, and then I'm sort of like, what have I done? What have I done? But it's whatever. A few people are asking Havertz versus Pulisic. I prefer Havertz, but I don't think Pulisic is a bad shout at all. What else have we got in here? Cedric or Veltman, definitely. Where to start or to transfer in? I mean, if you've got Cedric, you may as well start him, because if he does start, then you got a really good chance of a clean sheet and more. Bruno to Havertz moving forward. It will be a brave move to go for that. So I don't know. You kind of got to make that decision. Maybe work it around the fixtures a little bit. Chelsea do have a pretty nice fixture against West Ham next week. West Ham sort of not great defensively right now, so I think it's I think you can target West Ham with your attackers genuinely. Iheanacho scored twice against them last week. Niger Boy legend. We love him as well. Maybe Iheanacho is going to get cult status on this channel as well at some point, but we'll stick with Lingard for now. We love that. Martinez or Sanchez for this week's keeper. Picking the best of a bad bunch there, aren't you, really? I guess I would go for... Oh, you know what? I have no idea. Flip a coin. They're both doomed. Oh. There we go. Battery says, hey, Dan. Fofana or Holding to start? I would start Holding over Fofana this game week. Yeah. Mads says Spurs defender plus Salah or Trent Alexander-Arnold plus Rashford for Digne and KDB. I've already got Bruno. I don't think I want Rashford in this week because there's just some slight doubts. Maybe go for Spurs defender and Salah. The question is, which Spurs defender do you go for? It's kind of difficult. I mean, Reguilon probably the best shout, right? In the Spurs defence. I think most people would probably agree with that, and it would mean that you get to have Salah as well. Salah's got a really good chance of getting some points against Leeds, you would say. Salah looks on it, to be fair, at the moment. He does look on it. So does Jota. Mane not so much, unfortunately. Yeah, I wonder if Mane's the next casualty in the Liverpool front rotation. Or maybe they play them all. Few people still asking triple captain Kane. Yeah, absolutely about that. If you've got the triple captain, go for it. What about Rodon? Don't know if it's 100% nailed. Not sure. The thing is, Spurs rotate their defence so much. No defender plays twice in 1 week, ever. They've got the League Cup final after the Southampton game. I think the Southampton game, which is probably the better fixture for attackers, but the worst fixture for defenders. Maybe not. There might be some rotation for that Southampton game, and the defence is just, so bad for rotation anyway. It's so hard to predict what's going to happen, and for that reason, I do have a bit of confidence that Sanchez will play at least one. Maybe both. I hope both, but I don't think there's any Spurs defender other than Lloris, who's a goalkeeper, that I could confidently say is going to play both of those games. Who's the most nailed on midfielder? From Mohamed Al-Wazan. I have 8.6 million. Issue with Havertz isn't nailed on 100% and fixtures aren't great. Thoughts? Well, let's have a look. Because the fixtures are not that bad, really. Overall. So I know what you're thinking. You're looking at this. Well, okay, hold on. Let me do this so you can see properly. You're looking at the fixture difficulty rating here, aren't you? And this is a problem some people make. Brighton at home, it's an okay fixture. West Ham, on the other hand, that's actually it's marked as red. It's probably a red fixture for Mendy because West Ham have been really good in attack, but West Ham have been pretty bad in defence. So if you're picking attacking players going against West Ham, and this is the problem with the fixture difficulty rating on the FPL website, it's why you can't just use it all the time. West Ham is a good fixture for Havertz. Fulham, that's a good fixture for Havertz. Man City, by this point, Man City could have won the Premier League already. They might just be rotating like mad, just concentrating on the Champions League. We might see the same situation as we did against Leeds. In which case, goals can be scored against Man City. You've got Arsenal there. Who knows what Arsenal are going to turn up, but we know they concede goals. We saw that Liverpool game. Absolutely whipped Arsenal, right? We've got Leicester at home. Leicester have good fixtures, which is why people are targeting them. Their defensive underlying stats are so good, but they are also conceding goals. Aston Villa, one of the worst defences in the entire league right now. There are something like, on underlying stats, something like the fourth worst defence in the league. They're conceding so many chances. They've been kind of lucky with the fixtures that they've had. But they are conceding chances as well. So I look through this, and although I see those colours and I think, oh, they must be difficult fixtures, I wouldn't want Kai Havertz. When you dig down and think about them, I think that's pretty nice. I actually think that's pretty nice for a Chelsea attacker. Guys, if you want to go for a Chelsea attacker, don't think, oh, I'm going to struggle with the fixtures. I think you'll be okay. Havertz obviously isn't nailed on, but you cover it. You try and cover it with your bench. You know that Havertz can score off the bench. I do think Havertz is worth going for. If you want a player that's 100% nailed on for 8.6 million, you kind of struggle a little bit. Because the players around that price, and you'll see what I mean in a second. We'll go for midfielders and sort by price. The players around that price, the reason why they're priced around there, in most instances, it's because they are very good players who aren't nailed on. So, 8.5 million. So we're looking at Pulisic and below. Pulisic, Havertz, Mahrez, Ziyech, Rodriguez, Pepe, Pogba, Willian. These are all players that rotate regularly. Bernardo Silva rotates. Ali can barely get in the team. Mount is not 100% nailed. Maddison is probably 100% nailed. Then again, he missed last game week because of his discipline. Zaha, you would say he's probably nailed. Jota, again, is Jota any more nailed than Kai Havertz? Probably not. So if you do want to go for a player in this vicinity, unless you're going for Zaha, maybe Maddison, Grealish when he's fit, James Rodriguez, everyone, all other 8, 9 of those players around that price range, they all carry that rotation risk, and I do think you've got to take that on the chin. That's why you're paying 7, 8 million and not 10, 11 million. Because if they were nailed on, they'd be 10 or 11 million. So you've got to kind of roll with the punches a little bit there. I genuinely would go for Havertz. Probably the best player in this price range who actually is nailed on. The best player is probably Maddison. He's probably the best player out of that list who is nailed on. But do you not want something a little bit more? Maybe I'm encouraging you to take unnecessary risks. If you want to guarantee 2 points a week, then go for Maddison, and then hope you get a little bit more. But if you want that explosivity, Kai Havertz could be a huge differential. Pulisic could be a huge differential. A few others there that I'm a bit scared to talk about, to be honest. But there are others. They're options, guys. Just going to get up the stream on my phone because my chat is lagging a little bit. And I know I've got a couple of super chats to, or at least one super chat to catch up on. Hopefully that answers... Well, I mean, that. Look, it's one guy's opinion. I'm just one guy on the internet who likes FPL. You don't have to listen to me at all. I'm just giving what my thought process is. I would take the risk. I don't know, guys. You chat amongst yourselves. What do you guys think about that? Right. So let's have a look. See what. See if I missed anything. Right. I hope that I've only missed 2. We've got Phil 26599, 9.3 for a mid. Got Son, Bruno, Jota, and Lingard. Well, hopefully, Phil, I might have convinced you to get Kai Havertz by now. Go for it, bro. Maybe think about it. Think about Kai Havertz. Janaigna says Lloris -4 versus Martinez, considering Pope to Lloris. Oh, okay. Pope -4 versus Martinez. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying. Oh, in that case, your specific situation. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Jananya 77. In your specific situation, I genuinely think a -4 to do Pope to Lloris could pay off, bro. Go for it, man. Go for it. Go for it. And there's one more. Ekidu, pick one to play. Vidra, Sofal, Cody. You go for Cody this game week realistically, just because the fixture is just so good. Of course, says you're not just one guy, you're our mate. That's right, guys. That's right, off core. I'm your mate. I listen to your mate's advice. Although, the thing is, this is the thing, and this is why I'm FPL mate. Your mate's advice aren't always sensible. You should listen to your parents' advice. That's the advice you want to... If I was FPL parent, then I would tell you the sensible things to do. But I'm FPL mate, and sometimes I might tell you to do something a bit stupid. And you've got to make the decision, are you going to do it or not? No, honestly, I always do have your best interests in mind when I talk about FPL. Can't get it right every time, and I know I do make some risky calls, but that's fine. Took the early plunge on Lingard. A lot of people were saying, well, a lot of other FPL content creators, whatever, saying, "Now we don't like Lingard's underlying stats," and I said I love his underlying stats because he is overperforming them. Because he is a confidence player. Jesse Lingard is me if I was a footballer, and I love him so much. Maybe it's a bit biased there. That's probably why I adopted him at the right time. But I've had 3 double-figure point hauls from him. Let's see if we can get a 4th. Deep Patel says, love your work. You have been my go-to FPL influence and looking forward to years to come. Cheers. Well, hopefully I am around here for years. That would be pretty cool. Mark S says, Alonso to Reguilon for -4. Have free hit for Gameweek 33. Oh, in that case, you could consider it. But remember, Alonso doesn't exactly have a bad fixture if he plays. Obviously, the fact that you have a free hit does help a lot. I would, though, keep your free hit and not use it in Game Week 33. And hear me out. If you do have your free hit still, and you are thinking, oh, I'm going to use it in 33, unless you are in trouble. You're in trouble. You've got 3 Spurs players already. You've got 2 Man City players already. You've got a Southampton player as well. And your team is just going to be decimated next week. In that case, use your free hit. But if you can survive next game week with 10, 11 players, keep your free hit, because in game week, late on basically in the season, there could be a situation, and it's kind of like we don't know exactly what's going to happen. There could be a situation where loads of fixtures are moved to create one giant blank game week in which half of the teams are going to blank, and the following week will be a double game week in which case half of the teams are going to double. And if that were to happen, and there's a pretty good chance of it happening, and you still have your free hit for that, you are going to have a bigger advantage than anyone. So basically the situation is that fixtures might be moved around a little bit, so every team in the Premier League can have one home game with a crowd in front of them, well, a crowd behind them by the end of the season. If the fixtures are moved to allow crowds in for the last home game for each team, the fixtures are going to have to move around. It's going to create a huge blank. It's going to create a huge double game week. Probably. Anyway, we don't know for sure. Even if there was a 10, 20, 30% chance of that happening, if it does happen and you have got your free hit, you got to go. You got to have that free hit ready to go. You got to hit that free hit. You got to attack those fixtures, and you're going to have such an advantage over so many people. You are going to destroy it, guys. I cannot tell you if this double game week happens, if the blank game week happens, if the fixtures are moved last minute, end of the season, crazy times, FPL is going to go into meltdown, and those of you with a free hit are going to have the biggest advantage a man could wish for. Honestly, it's gonna be crazy. You'll love it. So just consider it. If consider not using your free hit. I know that wasn't your question. Your question was Alonso to Reguilon for a -4. I don't know. Maybe, but Reguilon might not even play both games. Probably will, but there's a chance he won't. And Alonso has a great fixture anyway. But I just wanted to go on that maybe slight. What are they called? Divergence? Well, let's go with divergence. I wanted to go for that slight divergence into free hits. Uzi Automatic says, guys, why didn't Sanchez play last game? Trying to decide between him and Reguilon. He kind of didn't play because I think there's a notion he's been out of form. I think most Spurs fans will agree if I was to say he's been out of form. The difficulty is that I don't think anyone else has been much better. For example, I think Reguilon has been, just as bad. I think Rodon's been okay, nothing special. Dyer is Dyer. I don't know. I think I would go for Reguilon over Sanchez for sure. I think it's worth paying the extra amount. I can't tell you if Sanchez is going to come back into the team, right? Dan Cross has correctly identified that the word I was looking for was indeed tangent. I prefer divergence. Oh, you always got my back, Dan Cross. You always got my back. Thank you for that. Ethan Fernandez says, who to start, Phillips, Aina or Cancelo? I think if you've got Cancelo, start him. At least try and start him and see if he plays. Worst case scenario, he doesn't play and just whoever's on your bench, right? Sophie says, maybe FPL will feel the love for us fans and give us all a bonus free hit. Now, that would be the dream, wouldn't it? That would be the dream. They did give us basically a free wild card, didn't they? The COVID break of last year. They gave us a free wild card. Unprecedented. Harry Price says, my mate laughed when he saw I have Aspie. Well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Aspilicueta is a great shout from now until the end of the season. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about your mate. Unless I'm your mate. But I'm not laughing at you. And I am your mate. Bowen or Greenwood is a common question. I like Bowen, actually. The more I look at Bowen, the more I like him. It's just that Chelsea game next game week that puts me off a little bit. Whereas Greenwood's next two fixtures, pretty nice, actually. You never know. Bowen could outscore Greenwood over 2 game weeks in just this game, though. Could happen. Bowen's in pretty good form, right? He's playing in the right position that we like. Played really well last game, I thought. Really well. Will Hayes says, I accidentally forgot to pop my wild card and use 15 transfers, then use my wild card after. Does the hit get taken away, or did I just make the biggest hit known to a man? Don't worry, bro. If you use your transfers and then if you hit wild card before the deadline, you're absolutely fine. You'll survive that one. the hit will be removed, and yeah, we'll just go to normal wildcard. Jeannie says, I love FPL, mate, and that's just the most adorable thing I've ever seen, so I thought I'd read that one out. Kia says there are at least 10 midfielders to go for. Yeah, I would say there is like a few main ones. So the main ones right now are Lingard, Jota, and Son. I would say everyone has Lingard, Jota, and Son. After that, people have mostly got Salah and Bruno. Well, they've definitely got one of Salah or Bruno, and then the other one is either the other of Salah or Bruno, or maybe one individual differential. That's kind of what everyone's going for at the moment. Dallas, Welbeck, Watkins, start one. Christ, I don't know. None of them. Can you start none of them? Maybe Watkins. He seems to be getting jammy goals at the moment, doesn't he? Bale out next week. Yeah, if you've got Bale, I think take him out next week for sure. You wouldn't want him long term, right? I don't think you should sell Bale if you have him this week as well. I know you can say, well, he's not one of the main players at the moment. He's a rotation risk, but rotation risk players are going to play over a double game week. I would imagine that Bale comes off the bench in one game and starts the other game. So, I mean, that's kind of like one bonus point, right? And if he starts the game against Southampton, then you've actually got a decent chance of getting some returns. When he was playing, before he dropped off form a little bit, he was doing okay. Thoughts on Bowen this week? Yeah, I like him. Triple Captain Kane, yes. Lingard or Jota? Lingard. Come on. Come on. Got to be done. No, in all seriousness, if you fancy Jota instead, I don't think there's a terrible amount between them, but we are Team Lingard over here. Uzi Automatic says, I now have 3 Spurs and 3 Chelsea players. My fate will be sealed by 2 games. Yeah. That's how it be sometimes. That's how it be. Guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, by the way, on the stream, that would be really, really appreciated. And of course, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing. That would be really appreciated. Dominic Short says, can you do a video about possible doubles and blanks, please? I would, but it's so up in the air. It's so hard to predict. All I can really tell you at this point is that something might happen somewhere. And there's not really enough information for a video. If I do get any more information that it makes things a little bit more clear of what might happen, then I'll make a video. Maybe you can ask Ben Krellin what he thinks is going to happen, because he knows far more than I do. I'm not going to pretend to be a fixture whiz. I kind of get what happens and what's going on, but I don't know all the ins and outs and the likeliness. Can you break out the link? Oh, that's my mic. I actually said last week that I'd also do Lingard celebrations. Am I going to do that, though? Am I going to do Jesse Lingard celebrations? I did say I would, but at the same time, I don't know if... It's a bit embarrassing. What Jesse Lingard... I'll do one. Pick your favourite Jesse Lingard celebration of all time, and I'll do that. Dan Cross says, Ben has made an updated spreadsheet on his Twitter. There you go. Go check it out. Ben Krellin on Twitter. He knows what he's talking about far more than I do. Just go to the horse's mouth, right? Luke V says, Lingard or Maupay. We hate Maupay here, and we love Lingard. Well, actually, we love-hate Maupay. We have a love-hate relationship with him. Mostly hate. But also, we also love him, don't we? Deep Kudus, shall I sell Rafinha for -4? If so, for who? Depends if you can cover it with your bench, who you got on your bench. If it depends who you can afford to bring in as well. For example, there's not really any 5.7 midfielders or less that I'd be terribly interested in. But if you can go up to 5.9 with Jared Bowen, then actually we're talking business, aren't we? The flute celebration, the bagpiper celebration, I'm assuming that's the same one. I know exactly what you mean. Bagpiper flute one. Well, I'm going to have to stand up for this one, aren't I? You see, this is what I didn't want to face in between two index fingers. Or the J-Links. Well, we'll do a quick one of them. But, alright. Flute. Can't believe this. This is the first time, guys, you've seen my body. I'm probably... I'm a little bit longer than... this room is not big enough. I can go back to here. But then you won't be able to see my legs. Okay. Right, we're going to move the camera down ever so slightly. And we're going to celebrate. Wait, can you see my head now? Yes, you can. We're going to celebrate Jesse Lingard. Can you hear me? We're going to celebrate Jesse Lingard's goal. Not with a Millie Rock. Not with the J-Ling sign. Not with the hammers, cross arms. We're going to do the flute. The bagpiper, whatever you want to call it. And there we go. That's it. Oh, you look tall, Dan. Oh, good. I'll take that as a compliment, bro. I'm kind of tall. I'm kind of tall. Post the celeb on Twitter. Guys, someone's going to have to clip that. Send it to me on Twitter. I'll clip it myself later, actually. Maybe. We'll see. You can pick one Jesse Lingard celebration per week. As long as you keep scoring, you know. I don't care. Right, there you go. Fun's over. We've got 7 minutes until the deadline. I reckon. Guys, leave a like for Dan just for that celebration. Let's go. Come on. I hope I embarrassed myself enough. I'll do anything for you guys. You know that. I'm absolutely obsessed with these streams and just chatting with you guys. You know. Right. Shall we do? I think we can do a. You're sure a 6 feet or taller? Yeah, about 6'1". Yeah, I think we do some quick fire. We've got 5 minutes. I need someone on the counter. I need someone on an app or a website that counts. Tom Machine, you've already volunteered to count the quick fire. Let's go. Right. And just like that, your fiance got cold feet. Guys, hit me with the quick fire questions in the chat. I need them as short as possible. Really short questions. Put as many in as you like. I will answer 100 questions in the next 5 minutes. Let's go. Get them in the chat right now. I'm telling you. Right. I'm going to get out the chat on my phone and we're going to start answering them. We're probably it's probably less than 5 minutes, but let's try it. Okay, Cresswell to Trent. Yes. Start Phillips or Veltman. I would start Phillips. Areola or Martinez. I would start Areola. Semedo or Castan. I would play Semedo this game. How many points do you think you're getting? I'll probably get around 60 points. Who's the best? Congrats on 10k. What the fuck? Sofal or Dallas? I would go neither right now. Maybe play Sofal this game week though. Start Bamford or Stones. Start Stones. Holding Shaw or Trent Alexander-Arnold this week. Play Trent Alexander-Arnold and Shaw. Pulisic, a good move, yes, but I prefer Havertz. Ait-Nouri or Johnny Evans, go for Ait-Nouri. Start Rhys James or Holding, go for Holding. Veltman or Dallas to start, go for Dallas. Thoughts on Captain Lucas? Don't like it. Start Rhys James or Fofana. Start Fofana. Who to bench? Diaz or Jota? Bench Diaz, back the attacker. Jota or Gundogan to bench? Go for Jota. Bamford? No. Bench Dallas or Dawson or Watkins? Oh, these are too many players. Bench Watkins. Pulisic in? No, yes. Aurier or Sanchez? Go for Aurier. Cavani or Bruno? Go for Bruno. Fofana or Sofal? Go for foul this game week. Start for Fowler or Shaw, go for Shaw this game week. Bench Rudiger, Castano or Sanchez, bench maybe Sanchez, maybe Castan, I don't know. Holding or Watkins, play Holding. Edison or Martinez, play Edison. In triple captain, yes. Triple captain Kane, yes. Sanchez or Reguilon, go for Reguilon. Stones out for who? You know, maybe Reguilon. Sell Rashford or Bruno. Sell probably Rashford is safer this week. Zuma or Aspi and Salah or Bruno, go for Aspi and Salah. Trossard or Dina, go for Dina. Kane scores today, maybe. Triple captain Kane, yes. Greenwood for Neto, -4, yes. Pick one good, no. Chilwell or Wan-Bissaka, go for Wan-Bissaka. Creswell or Gundogan, go for Gundogan, back the attacker. Semedo or Castan, go for Semedo. Rudiger or Dawson, go for Rudiger. Kelechi or Traore, go for Kelechi. Best captains except Son or Kane, I don't know, maybe Salah. Trent or Shaw, go for Trent. Meslier or Martinez on field, play Martinez, I guess. Start Diaz or so foul, mate. Actually, start Meslier. I changed my mind on that one. Sterling for Pulisic, yeah, maybe. I'd prefer Havertz. Madison in, no, probably not. Triple captain Kane, yes. Vidra or Watkins to replace Antonio, go for Vidra. Iheanacho or Laka, go for Iheanacho just because of prize. Diaz out for Reguilon, yeah, that sounds like a good one. Bench Watkins or Rafinha, go for bench Watkins. Play Fofana or Cedric, play Fofana. Who to win the Champions League? Probably Man City at this rate. So foul Holding or Diaz, play Holding or Diaz is the best out of those three, but maybe Holding as well. Holding or Rudiger, play Holding. Is Lacazette good? DCL replacement? Yes, he is. So foul or Holding? Yeah, go for Holding there. Son captain good? No, just go for Kane. Milivojevic 1 week punt? Absolutely not. Watkins to Cavani for a -8. Yeah, okay, go for it. Trossard or Saka for next game week. Go for Saka next game week. Holding or Rudiger to start. Got Mendy. Go for Holding then. Alonso to Reguilon for a hit. Go for go for it. Why not? Diaz or Odegaard. Go for Diaz. Holding short or Cody for bench. Put Holding on your bench, but there's no good answer there. Robertson or Vidra. Play Robertson. Bench Mount or Richarlison. I'd bench Richarlison. Is Lacazette a good DCL replacement? Yes, he is. Who invented the skip? I don't know. Mr. Skip. Holding or Watkins. Go for Holding. Start Edison or Martinez. Start Edison. Bamford over Stones for the first sub. No, go for Stones for your first sub. Start for Fofana or Shaw. I would prefer Shaw. Christensen, no, don't think so. Chilwell or Wan-Bissaka. Go for Wan-Bissaka. Madison or Tamora. No, just keep it as it is. Shaw or Stones. Go for Shaw. How old are you? 28. Start Bamford or Gundogan. Start Gundogan. Diaz or Shaw or Cody. Any two. Go for Cody and Shaw. And Diaz probably. Holding or Cody. Go for Cody. Salah or Lingard. Go for both. You want both. Aspilicueta or Cedric. Go for Aspilicueta. So foul Holding or Diaz. Go for Diaz. I don't know. Madison, Mount, Bowen. Go for Bowen. Phillips or Lowton. They're both rubbish. Go for Phillips though. Shaw or Stones. Go for Shaw. Cavani from Marseille. Yes. Rashford or Havertz. Go for Havertz. Gundogan to Havertz for a -4 or avoid the hit. I would actually potentially, yeah, go for Havertz. It could benefit you in the long run. But bring in Cavani or Lacazette. Maybe Lacazette over Cavani. Cavani or Laka. Yeah, like I said, I think I prefer. Yeah, take your pick. They're both good. What time is it? It's Chico time. Holding, Cody, Rudiger, Masuaku. Start 3. Start Holding. Start Cody. Start Rudiger. Bench Masuaku. Watkins or Rafinha. Go for Rafinha because he's the boy. Cancelo, Alonso or Holding. Go for probably Cancelo and just for Holding first sub. Holding or Cody. Go for Cody. Bench Stones or Bamford. Bench Bamford. Diaz or Shaw. Go for Shaw. I think we're out of time. I don't think I did very well. I'm not going to lie. The more I spoke, the more my throat hurt. So maybe I'm accidentally bringing back my sore throat. But you know what? If we did, 80 or more there, I think I'd be happy. But guys, Game Week 32 is here. It's done. The deadline is here. We are happy as Larry. Mohammed bin Khalad has come here to tell me I have an average team. Thank you, Mohammed. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. But we're done, guys. We're locked in. We're locked in. How is everyone feeling? Are we looking forward to this game week? 97, I reckon. 94. Okay, it was about 90 or more then. We didn't. I had a feeling we didn't reach 100. We'll do it next week. We'll do 100 next week. But no, 90 is a good effort on the 5 minutes of quickfire. Thanks, guys, for counting as always. I do really appreciate that. But yeah, we're done. Right, okay, guys. I suppose the question I always ask you every stream when it's past deadline, guys, who did you captain? Give them a Beecham's sponsored round of applause. Sponsored by Beecham's. Yeah, guys, who did you captain? Put in the chat. One message only each. Who did you captain? This is probably going to be the most boring one ever. Everyone's captaining Kane, right? Everyone. Yeah, they're coming in already. And they all say Kane. Someone said he's captain Jesse Lingard. And I respect that. Because Jesse Lingard is an absolute legend. And he is the GOAT. But this game week, you've got to captain Kane. Kane. Right, yeah, it turns out that was the most boring question in the world. Why? Triple captain. It's good to see that a few of you are triple captaining. But yeah, we would expect this. Now, the real question is what is Kane's effective ownership? Is it going to be above 200%? If Kane's effective ownership is above 200%, I think I may cry. I think I genuinely may cry. I've been known to cry over FPL, and I think this might be one of those occasions. Yeah. Boring. You're all boring, just like me. We're all Captain Kane. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. We all captained him. Let's just... It's just about the rest of your team. Hopefully, the rest of the team is quite good. Because who cares about Kane? Couple on Son. Which you kind of expected. But there you go. Right, guys. I don't think we're going to stay on late. Because I've been talking for a long time. And as it transpires... My throat is not yet at 100%, and I am afraid that if I talk for another half an hour or an hour, it's going to be one step forward, 2 steps back. Yeah, which is a shame. You know what? I've been recording some videos. Dan Crosser says someone on Twitter calculated it will probably be 210%. That's absolutely insane. Wow. Yeah, I've been recording videos this week, and I get to about 20 minutes in to the video, maybe 15 minutes into the video, and if I'm talking too much, I just start coughing. And that's why, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been some very awkward cuts in the videos that I've been making, because I keep having coughing fits whilst recording, and then I have to try and carry on after. I'm just like, so that's why I like him as a player. Mohammed bin Khaled has said, is this how you talk in real life? Well, that would be very annoying, wouldn't it? Can you imagine this level of intensity in your real life? No. I don't talk like... Well, I mean, obviously I have the same voice, but no, I don't speak with this level and enthusiasm when I'm washing the dishes. Oh. But it would be good if I did. It would just be very annoying. Dan Cross says, do you normally do videos in one take? Kind of. Sometimes, if there's, I'll retake if it's during a national stopping point. But if, for example, I have just spent 5 minutes talking about a player, I've got like 30 seconds more things to say about a player, and I start coughing, then I will just put the cut midway there, because I'm not re-recording 5 minutes of absolute FPL chat. Whatever. But yeah, no. I try and record it in as little takes as possible, because otherwise it can drag on a little bit. And because of I only live in a very small apartment, flat, whatever you want to call it. I record in the bedroom, so I have to record with everyone. My cat and my fiance have to be out of the room, otherwise I just can't do it. Get shy. Plus the cat's annoying when I'm trying to record. I have to shut all the doors. I have to set up the lights a certain way. I take up space. I have to kick people out and close doors and stuff. I like to keep it as short as possible. If I can record a video in under 30 minutes, then that's ideal. But if I was re-recording stuff, and it wouldn't be as natural, because I like to speak quite naturally and fluidly and just give my whatever's in my head can come out. So yeah, I try and do like a 30-minute recording session and then edit out whatever goes wrong. And there's just been a lot of sound spikes on my editing software where it's just like so at least it's easy to see with the sound spikes. It's all the fun though. I love YouTube. Fernando Valdez has said Mohammed woke up and chose violence. I think he's in a trolly mood. That's fine. We all like to have a little bit of fun, don't we? Dylan says, "Are you waiting for the Spurs lineup?" No, I'm not gonna wait around. Josh said, "How Dan, wanted to say I love the streams, matey. You're awesome. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate all the support and the kind words. Yeah, couldn't do it without you guys. Really couldn't. Loved all the support. It's really appreciated." Kia says, "If Dan reads this, then he's the OG, mate. You got it." Dan Cross says, "Fair enough, makes sense." Of course says, "In all honesty, I really like the videos because it's always done in a calm, kind way. Good vibes," I think they'd say. Yeah, maybe. See you later, Sophie Watts. Hope you have a good one. Good luck with your game. Oh, a little burp there. Good luck with your game week. Good vibes. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I don't think there's any FPL creator that does stuff with bad vibes. I think most people are fairly positive and upbeat kind of people, aren't they? Which is nice. When I say most people, I mean most, not all. There are different levels of intensity you can get from an FPL channel. Thank you, Anya. I appreciate it, dude. Where's your cat? He's outside, I think. He's outside. You see, I say I want to go, and I say I should go, but I don't want to go. I want to stay talking to you, but we're just talking rubbish at this point, and we always do. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate this. I might go to the pub, sit outside in the pub garden, have a little cheeky beer. Might be a nice way to spend my Friday evening. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Good luck this game week. I'm sure you're all gonna absolutely smash it. And like the video before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done already. I'll appreciate all of that. And like I say, good luck this week, game week. Hope you smash it. And I will see you on Monday for another video stream, whatever we do. Thank you for all these herbal remedies and stuff like that. I will check these comments through after the stream. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you later, mates. Bye bye.